Hi, are you wondering what contributes to hormone imbalance in your body? If you're feeling tired, irritable, if you're noticing unwanted weight gain, or you're experiencing headaches, insomnia, or a host of other symptoms, this video might be for you. Welcome, my name is Sarah Peternell, and I'm the owner of Family Nutrition Services in Denver, Colorado. I'm also the creator of a 30-day online program called Nourished and Renewed with Hashimoto's. This video is for anyone, but especially if you have Hashimoto's, you may be interested in learning more about how toxins can contribute to some of our hormone imbalance in our body, not just the hormones that we think of like, our reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, etc., but also our thyroid hormones and as well our adrenal hormones, which are our stress hormones. So today's video is all about the component of our environment that we get obviously from the atmosphere all around us, but also from foods, water, medicines, and even skincare that we use on our body or other personal care products, including makeup, etc. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some information and helping guide you to understand how avoiding toxins can help with fixing maybe some of the hormonal complaints that you have. So a couple of things that I want to share, first of all, is that I think sometimes we have a bit of a misconception. Our hormone imbalance isn't always just because maybe the level is off, but it is also about its relationship to one another. So the components of our hormones are directly and delicately related and interconnected. Sometimes it's a lot to understand. You might just think, if you're a lady, wow, I must be entering menopause or perimenopause. Maybe if you're a gentleman, you're thinking, well, I guess I'm just having some low testosterone. But really, it can be the relationship between all of your hormones that are being impacted by toxins in your environment or in your food. So I think it's important to understand the role that toxin plays. This will help you understand a little bit better how you can get control of your toxic exposure and also how you can start to play a very important role in managing your own hormonal health. So again, I think it's important to know hormonal imbalance is just the uneven distribution or the uneven ratio of hormone levels throughout the body. So they all interplay with one another. So sometimes if some hormones are too high, but other hormones are too low, this can cause the imbalance. So this is what we mean when we say this. And maybe you've actually heard, oh, like if for women, if your hormones are unbalanced, you just need to take the birth control pill to make them balanced again. And that is not true, because the birth control pill, all it does is exacerbate the imbalances in the relationships that you may already be having, which is a lot of the reason why women who don't do very well with the birth control pill is because they probably started with hormonal imbalance to begin with, and then this may be compounding the problem. So we want to try to help our body function optimally, and I always say to my clients that we just need to kind of get out of the way and give our body the best, raw nutrients, raw materials in terms of healthy foods, sunshine, fresh air, good pure water, and then our body knows what to do, and our body will actually know how to balance these hormones all by themselves. So that's the good news. All right, so where do toxins come in? Well, first of all, toxins include a lot of different things. One of the ways in which we assess toxins is actually that toxins can also be hormones. And there are two kinds of toxic hormones. There are the hormones that our bodies make, and I'll talk more about this in just a second. They're called endogenous, meaning they're made inside. And then there's also exogenous hormones or hormone-like compounds, meaning they're made outside of our body and they somehow come in contact with us. Either we consume them or we put them on our body in some way, like skincare. So we consume primarily the majority of hormones in foods that we eat when we are not being careful to source high quality proteins and dairy. So dairy animals and livestock that are in the standard American diet are really loaded with growth hormones, and they don't go away. They actually end up in the meat that we eat and in the milk, butter, cheese, etc. And so they end up in the body and they can throw hormone levels off. So that's one of the ways in which we get exposed to exogenous hormones, is because animals, the way that they're raised in the United States, they also are being fed hormones. That helps to make more meat or more milk faster for a lower cost for those producers. So choosing organically, knowing your butcher, making wise decisions about where you shop can help to make a big difference with this. If it has the label that it is organic, it is not allowed to use any of the hormonal components in any of the process of that meat from start to finish. So it's always good to look for the organic label, and even better if you can find grass-fed or grass-finished, because that means that that animal, like if we're talking about cattle, like beef cattle, that they're actually eating their natural environment. Okay, so what else constitutes some of the toxins? Well, what about all the things that are in plastics? There are a number of different chemical compounds that are in today's plastic materials, which are everywhere, from this bottle of San Pellegrino that I'm drinking right now, to the plastic wraps that are on our food, plastic bags from the grocery store, plastic containers. We have to choose very wisely the types of packaging that we are using and consuming products from, because there is something in a lot of plastics that are called BPA and phthalates, and these are also what we call xenoestrogens, meaning that they have estrogen or estrogen-like characteristics. And so when we are exposed to plastic chemicals and chemicals that are in plastics, we are actually getting an increase in what our body perceives to be toxic hormone-like substances in our body. So xenoestrogens, meaning they're coming from outside of the body, they're not really estrogens, but they have estrogen-like compounds. They mimic our human estrogen, and they're really powerful, and they're very strong in terms of being stronger even than our own hormones. So I like to kind of use the analogy that xenoestrogens are persistent, right? So if you think about maybe they're like taking a seat on the bus, for example, they're not going to give up their seat, even if the sign behind says, please give up your seat for somebody who needs the seat more than you do. Xenoestrogens are like, nope, I got here first and I'm staying here. So that is what causes a lot of the endocrine disruption, because these xenoestrogens that are persistent and kind of cranky and bossy, they stay in our hormone receptor sites, which tells the feedback loop in our brain that the body doesn't need any more hormones. We have a little visit from my dog. Okay, so so I already talked a little bit about birth control pills, how those don't really help fix an imbalance. They may actually exacerbate it as well, because what it's basically taking is your, initial hormone imbalance, and then it's making it worse by adding in more of the synthetic and toxic hormones that your body can't deal with. So how do these toxins, affect our detoxification system? Essentially, well, you know about your liver, I hope. We all have a liver, and it is the most important and most incredible detoxification organ that our body has ever had. It helps to filter all toxins, including all of the ones that I just talked about in the environment and in foods, and it also helps our bodies to decide what to do with the endogenous hormones that our body makes. So when we're making hormones for certain purposes in our body, there are metabolites of these hormones, and then there are sort of like the toxic byproducts of these hormones, and they need to be removed from the body just like other toxins do. And so we count on our liver to be able to be freed up and deal with these hormones in an effective way. So, what if there are other chemical compounds that your liver has to deal with first, because the priority order is like, oh gosh, these, crazy, estrogens, or last night's alcohol, you had a glass of wine or two, maybe you just had your house painted, or you went to the gas station and got gasoline in your car, you put toxic, maybe like body products or makeup on your face. Your liver is basically trying to figure out which one of these need to go first, and how do we deal with this. And actually, maybe these endogenous hormone compounds that the body makes maybe aren't that important to get rid of right now. So what it will do is it will send these metabolites back through something called the enterohepatic vein. And this vein is supposed to basically excrete these hormone compounds and get them into the colon, where they can then be released by the body through excretion. Well, instead, they get sent back through circulation into the bloodstream to be dealt with at a later time. Okay. You can watch another one of my videos that I have about how sugar makes us fat. Other things that make us fat are toxins. So go ahead and check out that video if you haven't done it already. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is that, let's see, Okay, so I really want to get to the point of talking about how hormonal imbalance and this toxic overload causes the symptoms that I started today's video with. So what happens is if you are, consuming foods that maybe are standard American diet produced, and these animals, that you're consuming beef or chicken or pork or dairy from are, containing um, estrogen-like compounds or hormone-like compounds, you want to try to avoid that, and you want to try to consume organic meats and dairy products. You also want to consume plenty of organic fruits and vegetables because fiber and antioxidants in fruits and vegetables are really helpful to fueling the body's detoxification efforts. Drinking lots and lots of water to help keep your body and your cells really hydrated and moving waste products and toxins out of your body. So the worst thing we can do is have the toxins accumulating in our colon and our large intestine where it can't be removed because of dehydration and or constipation. So it's very important to make sure that you have ample hydration. I'm here in the Colorado mountains today, and I've been out in the sun all day, and so I'm trying really hard to hydrate. I've had lots and lots of water, and this was my choice for this afternoon just to kind of replenish some of the minerals. So hydration is really key as well. You want to eliminate as many of the toxic products that are in your environment, whether they're household cleaners, hair care products, lotions, laundry detergents, etc. If you suspect that it has a toxic chemical in it, you want to replace it with a more natural option. And I always recommend checking out the website for the Environmental Working Group. The website is ewg.org. You can go there and you can type in a certain product and it will give you a score for its toxicity level. And you can see, gosh, is this something that's really important to me and I want to keep it and it's like maybe worth a risk, or do I want to just get rid of it because it doesn't matter that much and I can find something better to use in my home or in my routine, and I can feel better. So doing an actual detox program is also very helpful. I have my 10-day Rock Your Winter Detox coming up soon. I know it's hard to believe because it's still not even quite fall yet, but the seasons will be changing soon. And doing a fall or winter detox with guided support and with a group can be very, very helpful as well because it gives you the time that you need, right, and the dedication, the commitment, and the camaraderie, not to mention the help of a supportive, holistic nutrition expert in detox to get you through some of the challenges, right? Giving up certain foods or beverages, helping clear out your home, maybe even getting rid of like toxic people, news, relationships. It kind of goes deeper than just the foods that we eat to really help clear up our toxic pathways in our body. So what we find is when we make space in the body, we make space in the liver, and we're able to, our body is better able to prioritize hormones. Well, guess what? Then our body is able to get rid of those endogenous hormones that also are toxic like products in our body. And those are excreted along with all the other toxins. And so some of the symptoms can go away, namely weight gain, especially weight gain around the middle of your body, like right around your tummy, in your abdomen. This is commonly associated with a hormonal imbalance due to a congested liver or due to a liver who's got too much to do, right? So that we want to pay attention to that. Also, as you get rid of the toxins that are no longer circulating in your bloodstream, things like fatigue and brain fog, just kind of like low energy and insomnia and crankiness, they're going to go away as well. So again, these are things that you can do on a daily basis, like what choices are you making? How are you choosing to eat? What types of foods are you including? Are you being hydrated? Are you sweating? Are you getting outdoors, getting fresh air? And are you avoiding, the things in your environment on a daily basis that are contributing? And then there's kind of the maintenance and the cleanup that's necessary, which is to say, doing maybe an annual or a biannual guided detox is another way to really kind of kickstart things and start feeling your best. So I hope this has been helpful. If you do feel like you might be suffering from some hormonal issues, please check out my other videos that I have about hormonal imbalances. And if you do have Hashimoto's and you're feeling like, yeah, ever since I've been diagnosed with Hashimoto's and I've noticed that, my other hormones are off, my menstrual cycle has changed, or guys, if you're feeling like I'm having a really hard time maintaining muscle or my libido is off, you can check out the video I have about Hashimoto's and men and hormone imbalance. But the most important thing you can do for yourself is to sign up and join my 30-day Nourished and Renewed program, because this is the most kind of in-depth, um, instructional, and guided program that you can do all on your own, self-paced, with a daily video and daily handouts, recipes, meal plans, all kinds of information to help you get on your way with starting some of these things to help eliminate the toxins in your life that can also help you create better hormone balance in your body. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!